And now we're talking with Pat Ryan on Cumberland Viewpoint. And Pat Ryan is the immediate past president of the Breakfast Rotary Club in Cookeville. And he is helping to coordinate the upcoming Cookeville Breakfast Rotary Club first annual Cookeville Breakfast Rotary International Night, an evening of celebrating the world and raising awareness. This is going to be on January the 30th and from 6 to 9:30 at the Clarion Inn on South Jefferson Avenue in Cookeville. And this first year's International Night is going to be honoring the country of India. They're going to have a social hour, dinner, and entertainment, and the proceeds are going to support Rotary's international programs, including the 2010 Polio Eradication Challenge. Tickets are $25, and if you need information about it, you can go online at cbrotary.com, and or you can listen right now as we talk with Pat Ryan.
International, through the Rotary Foundation, has worked. It's actually the premier non-governmental organization dealing with the eradication of polio, and has been recognized by the World Health Organization and other organizations as playing a leading role in this. So it's really a main focus of Rotarians around the world.
I think for most people listening to us right now, they're probably thinking polio. That's been eradicated for a long time, and most of us have had our polio shots here in this country, and we don't hear about people getting polio here, but apparently it's still endemic in several countries.
People of a certain age, that word still carries a lot of baggage, but for people born after a certain period, when polio was eliminated as an endemic threat in North America, it's kind of off the radar scope. But actually, it still exists in 4 countries. It's endemic in India, Pakistan, Nigeria, and Afghanistan, and there are outbreaks in 16 other countries reported in the last year. So it remains a persistent problem, and Rotarians for the last 25 years have been involved, working very hard, have raised a considerable amount of money towards eradicating polio, and invested time and effort, not just raising money, but actually being the boots on the ground to go out during national immunization days and so forth.
Now, the vaccine itself, tell me if I'm wrong, I could be, but it was Benjamin Salk who invented the vaccine?
There were two major vaccines. The Salk vaccine in the early 50s was one of them. And that really was given rise to in the 40s and 50s. There was a major crisis in the United States from the high incidence of polio.
Isn't that what President Roosevelt had?
Yes, Roosevelt suffered from polio, and it really reached a critical level in the late 40s, which pushed medicine and science towards achieving a vaccination which was safe and effective in dealing with it. And now the hope is that by being able to vaccinate all of the potential polio victims in the endemic countries, polio would be totally eradicated, such as was done in the case of smallpox.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Benjamin Salk, he came up with this vaccine, and instead of patenting it and selling it and making $1 billion off of it, he gave it away.
Well, I don't know all the history of the medical discovery of the vaccine. I know that Rotary has committed itself to making that vaccine available so that polio does get eradicated worldwide.
Now, you said there are several countries where it's still endemic, and can you tell us about that, and maybe you can define what you mean by endemic for folks who might not be familiar with that word?
Well, the 4 countries where Rotary is putting its main effort forward, as I mentioned, Nigeria, India, Pakistan, and Afghanistan, are countries where where polio cases are foremost in the world, and where the vaccination program of Rotary and the World Health Organization and the other organizations involved are focusing their efforts. And I would mention that one of the reasons that we're having this event is in response to a challenge to Rotary International from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which many of your listeners may be familiar with. But 2 years ago, Bill Gates challenged Rotary to raise $100 million, and he was going to match that. In fact, he had such faith in Rotary meeting the challenge. He wrote the check as soon as he issued the challenge.
So the money raised for this is going towards that overall fundraising effort?
Yes, the fundraising that we're doing here in Cookeville, all of the clubs around the world, the 1.2 million Rotarians around the world have been challenged to support Rotary's effort in meeting the monetary goals of $100 million last year and next year. And the Gates Foundation is putting up $355 million. So
wow.
there'll be over $500 million dedicated to eradicating polio in those last 4 countries. And even though this effort has gone forward for about 25 years, with Rotary participating, the last few inches of the long trip may be the most difficult, and that's why there's this final push to raise funds. So our Rotary Club, as well as all the other Rotary clubs in the world, are participating in this Gates challenge in putting together the money that will be needed to eradicate polio.
We're talking with Pat Ryan. He is the immediate past president of Cookeville Breakfast Rotary, and he is helping to coordinate the upcoming India Night. Actually, it's International Night, the first annual Cookeville Breakfast Rotary International Night, an evening of celebrating the world and raising awareness. India is the first honored country for the first annual Cookeville Breakfast Rotary International Night. It's January 30th, this coming January 30th from 6 to 9:30 at the Clarion Inn. That's at 970 South Jefferson Avenue in Cookeville. Tickets are $25. All the proceeds going towards the efforts that he was just describing, helping to eradicate polio in the last 3 or 4 countries there where it is still endemic. And if you need information, or if you'd like to sponsor or a table, or to purchase a table, the website is cbrotary.com. www.cbrotary.com. Just remember Cookeville Breakfast Rotary.com. And there's another one here, Tennessee TNWAC.
Yeah, that's the Tennessee World Affairs Council.
And that's something else you're very much involved with.
Right. We'd like to mention that as well, but I should probably also mention that in addition to Rotary's efforts at eradicating polio, there are many other programs that Rotary is involved with, and our club in particular has been involved with the Crossville Rotary Club in bringing clean water projects to one area in Ghana, and our club and others have put in 29 water wells in Ateku, Ghana, and I had the privilege of going with some Crossville Rotarians 2 months ago to Ghana.
Well, it's a great organization. They've been involved in all. You've got the exchange program that you've been doing for, I don't know, decades, I guess. That's a big part of Rotary is
group study exchange through the Rotary Foundation. One of the main avenues of service in Rotary is international service, and in an effort to build global understanding and achieve peace in the world through efforts like exchange programs. And in the case of the water project, we've worked hard to eradicate waterborne illnesses in Ghana through that program.
Well, I hope you can come back and talk more about the Tennessee World Affairs Council, as well as discuss with us some of the information that you have about situations in the Middle East. I know you're keeping your eye on a lot of things, and you're writing articles. Where can we see your writing?
Well, we'll soon be putting a column in the Herald Citizen as often as we can, and we're pleased that they're offering us some space to do that. And we also have a number of materials on our World Affairs Council website, tnwac.org. And it's a Cookeville-based organization that brings programs and resources to the community. We brought $100,000 worth of funding for educators, sending teachers to Turkey and so forth. So we're working hard at that as well.
So if somebody wants to purchase a ticket to the first annual International Night at the Clarion Inn on January 30th from 6 to 9:30, is there a phone number they can call, or do they just need to go online?
They can go online with a credit card and buy tickets through the website, cbrotary.com, or if they'd like to give me a call, 261-2353. That's 261-2353. I'd be happy to help them out.
All right, Pat Ryan, it's a pleasure to meet you, and I've really enjoyed talking with you, and I'm serious. I hope you can come back soon, and we can spend a whole show talking about the World Affairs Council and issues international.
Thanks so much.